Hey YouTube, so today I decided that I would make a video on the top 5 things that I personally needed as a new mom almost 3 years ago. So these are just the things that just pretty much made everything a lot easier, or they were just essentials for me. Anyway, let's get straight into it. By the way, this is in no order, and once again it is only the top 5 things that I needed as a new mom. So yeah, let's get into it. Item number 1 was a changing mat. I didn't have a changing table. I didn't buy one. I didn't have the space for one. And pretty much I was just gonna change baby wherever, you know, bedroom, lounge room, all that stuff. So we got a changing mat. This is especially useful for newborns. You know, we had incidents where she would just like poop everywhere while we're changing her. So newborns are like time bombs. They go off. And so yeah, the changing mat protected, you know, my bed, the couch, everything. And it was also portable around the house. You could take it out if you want to. I think you could just get a portable changing mat for, you know, going out. But as for home, this was quite useful. And it is still useful up until now. We still have our 2-year-old in diapers, and when she poops, we need that changing mat to change her nappy so that her feces don't go everywhere. That is item number 1. Item number 2 was a swing. Now, the swing was a lifesaver. Having a swing was just somewhere to put baby without them crying, you know, constantly to be held. I didn't leave her there all day. It was mainly just if I needed to shower, I needed to clean up, I needed just some, you know, time to just not breastfeed, and, you know, because newborns are a handful, and the swing does wonders. The swing is just amazing, and I feel like going into second baby, the swing is going to come even more handy because I will need to tend to our toddler as well. So yes. Third thing that I needed the most was a nursing cover. I will show you which one I bought. It's amazing. I mean, I could see, I could just look down and I could see my child, but I was still fully covered. It's very appropriate. Nursing can be a little bit revealing, and I was very uncomfortable, you know, just nursing and letting anyone see. But I got comfortable towards the end, but being a new mom, I didn't want anyone seeing me nurse. So yeah, nursing cover, definite. My other necessity was a breast pump. Okay, so obviously I wasn't always going to be with my newborn 24/7 for 6 whole months. And I breastfed for 2 years. So in the first couple of months, the breast pump is just, it comes in handy. If you want to be able to go out and you don't want your baby on formula, you want them on breast milk still, you would need a breast pump, you know, to express milk and leave breast milk behind. Also, another use for it, I was drinking while I was consuming alcohol while I was breastfeeding, No, I was not consuming alcohol and breastfeeding my baby at the same time. I used my breast pump to regulate my my breast milk supply. While I was drinking, there was this one time I decided to have alcohol. I think it was Christmas, and Felisa was about, she's about a month old. So I decided to have my first drink in like almost a year. I think over a year, because you know, obviously I wasn't drinking during pregnancy, but I decided to have some alcohol, and I had Felisa put on formula for that day, and I would pump every 2 to 3 hours. And then that night I just kind of went crazy. And the next morning, you know, I was really full. So breast pump comes in handy, especially if you're gonna drink while you're breastfeeding. It gives you that freedom, you know, to consume alcohol. And yeah, during the day, while after I had a drunken night, I was constantly pumping, so that I could still, I was pumping and dumping. So I was pumping milk and throwing it away because it's, you know, horrible. It's got alcohol in it. But yeah, it's still just to keep my breast milk regulated, I suppose. So yeah, breast pump, must have. And my last item is a bouncer. Actually, the bouncer didn't really go well with Felisa. Like, it didn't calm her at all. Would try to use it. It was just... but the bouncer was great for leaving her places around the house where I can still keep an eye on her. Like, for example, if I needed to shower, if I needed to be in the lounge room, if I needed to be anywhere in the house, the bouncer was the perfect place to put her. One more thing with the breast pump, however, is I will say this. I had a single electric breast pump, and I bought a cheap one. It was like 25 bucks online. I haven't been able to find it anywhere. I don't remember the brand, which sucks. I think it was like, I don't remember. But going back to the breast pump, the single breast pump was kind of annoying because it took up a lot of time, you know, to pump one breast and then do the other breast. And then by the time I was finished with that, sometimes Felisa would already like wake up and just be like, wah. And I just felt like I could have done so much more with my time than just sit there and pump milk. Because like I would normally pump milk after I fed her. She would go to sleep. I would express and leave that for whenever I needed to leave her alone and she needed breast milk. So I was kind of like trying to just have a breast milk supply ready to go. Anyway, yeah, so I would really suggest a double electric breast pump, and probably invest in a really good one, because that's what I'm gonna do now that I'm having second baby. Excuse me. I'm going to invest in a double breast pump and a well-priced breast pump, because one day I think Felisa was about 1.5, and I think I don't remember the occasion, but Felisa was with my in-laws and we were supposed to go pick her back up. Now I woke up in the morning because I had consumed alcohol and my breasts were obviously full because Felisa wasn't breastfeeding. I went to go express milk. I went to use my breast pump to relieve myself and it was broken. So I had to wait for hours until the alcohol was out of my system and until Felisa could breastfeed. And I had so much milk that Felisa couldn't even finish the milk and I was still sore. It was crazy. So yeah, get a pretty good breast pump. On top of that, if you're gonna drink while you're breastfeeding, I would suggest getting like a breathalyzer or something that'll show you that all the alcohol is out of your system and you're good to go. So it's safe. My daughter is perfectly fine. And like I said, I breastfed for like 2 years and I was drinking throughout the 2 years. Not very much, but you know, every couple of weeks, every 3 months, whatever. But yeah, anyway, those are my top 5 things that I needed the most when I was a new mom. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.